Okay guys, I'm going to try to keep this real brief. A lot of times on these videos with the amps, I go into how much drive and this, that, and the other that you need to put into them. But most of these amps, if you just search them on YouTube, you can find demonstration videos where I go into those details. And we're going to spare some time here and just basically state what I have available right now inventory-wise. So that being said, we won't waste any more time than we need to. I won't jabber on. Let's get into it here and just go over the inventory. And I will say low drive or high drive. I will do that much, but I won't waste time going into exactly how much to put into them. Of course, if you have questions about that, you can always text me, 423-299-3535. All right, guys. Two pill 454s over here. I would call these like a medium drive amp, but I do have some of these available. These have high and low. This little guy here is just an on and off switch, and that's it. Two pill 454. I guess you'd call this like the trucker cabinet. Just something compact if you guys aren't wanting to take up a lot of room. These things draw 15 amps or less. So if you're not wanting to draw a ton of power, and wanting to see some good output, they generally do anywhere between 275 and 300 watts PEP, 100 to 120 watts average. Top shelf there, 4-pill 2879C. That is a high drive amp. You guys can look up videos on these, but that is a straight 2879C high drive. Those underneath it, those little twins underneath it there, are 2-pill 454s. They're the same as these, except they have a variable on them and they have a fan on them. So really good drivers for a 8-pill. I recommend those as the driver to use for a straight 2879 standard. You could even put them into a C box, but you'd be under driving it a little bit. 2-pill 454s, like I said, 275 to 300 watts PEP. Nice running little amps there. 4-pill 2879 standard. This one actually does have a remote jack on the back. This one's pending sold. I have sent an invoice out for it. I don't think the guy has paid it yet as of this morning. I'll give him until the end of the day, and if I don't hear back from him today, it will be sold. But I'm pretty sure he's going to pay. I just don't think he's woke up and saw the invoice yet. So 4-pill 2879 standard, that is also considered a high drive amp. 8-pill 454, I priced this one to a friend of mine. I don't know if we're going to be able to get together or not. I'm pretty sure it might be sold. It's pending. This is the single fan. One big fan on it there. These are popular because they go in a semi-compact case. It's like a 6-pill case, and they don't draw a ton of power. So this is I would call this a high drive, but it doesn't take the drive that a 8-pill 2879 takes. You know, you're looking more, 125, 140 watts peak going in. These are 1 and 4s. This one is a 1 and 4 2879C with a standard 2879 driver. Obviously a low drive amp, or relatively low drive, I should say. Having the single 2879 driver does make it not, I wouldn't say high drive, but takes a little bit more drive. And if you're going to use a 2879C in a low drive amp, I definitely recommend using either the single 2879 or the two 2290s. And we'll get to that here in a second. Down low here, this is another 1 and 4. However, this one is a 1 and 4 standard. It's got a single 2290 pushing 4 standard 2879s. Again, low drive amp, does not take a ton of drive. What would it be good to drive into? I've got a friend of mine that drives one into a 16-pill, and it drives it great. It's a 16-pill C that he has, and it drives it great. Coming to the front here, these are 1 and 2s, 2879Cs in the output, 454 driver on this one, 2290 driver on this one. There are videos of these in the past that I've done. Of course, every amp gets video tested, so you can see what they do when they leave here. But these are low drive amps as well. Single 2290 driving two 2879Cs, single 454 driving two 2879Cs. Moving on, these are 2 and 4 2879Cs. This one actually has sideband built into it. Generally, you have to custom order sideband amps from me with payment up front because I just don't stock a lot of sideband amps. Occasionally, I'll get some 2-pills in or something like that with sideband, but generally, I just do not stock sideband amps, and you have to custom order them. This one is actually ready to go. and it's obviously available. No one's bought it or anything. So 2 driving 42879C with 2290 drivers in it, and it comes with sideband. This is the same amp, except it doesn't have sideband. So you're going to be looking at a little bit cheaper, but it is the same amp minus sideband. Low drive amps, both of these are. Anything with the driver built into it, for general purposes, we're just going to refer to it as a low drive. And these are definitely considered low drive amps. And what they draw, 80, 90 amps, about what you can expect them to draw. Okay. We're moving through this pretty good. This is going to be one of the quickest inventory videos ever. Moving these over, probably an all-time bestseller. 2-pill 2879C. So versatile. You can run a regular radio into them and see, 400 watts peak or so, give or take. You can run an export radio into them and see a little bit more. You can even kick a small driver into them. They're good with just about every radio made. Up to a certain point, obviously you don't want to be putting 200 or 300 watts into them. Some people do, though. I will say, I got to put that out there. Some people do put that much into them. I generally recommend, I said I wasn't going to state drive levels, but no more than 100 watts peak in these, and they will really get with the program. Just a super durable amp. At the end of the day, if you do tear one up, you're out 2 transistors. So, really good bang for buck. You see really good power out of them. Good to drive larger amps with. Just probably the most popular one that I sell out of all the Fatboys. The 2-pill 2879C. Extremely popular. I still do have the 123 built 32 pill. Again, it's this is a specialty item. The base that's going to want something like this is pretty narrow. I mean, to have this in a mobile, you have to have your act together. This is not just to throw it in there and let it go. And to run it on the base, you're going to need, an 800 amp or so power supply. I have told some folks, I will make you the best deal I can on a power supply if you buy this, because it belongs to a friend of mine. And buying it would be doing him a favor or doing me a favor, because it's not my amp. It belongs to a good friend. But it's basically brand new, 32 pill 2879C. If you guys know Danny, 123 Chicago, you guys can look up videos. He did a video on this one in the past. It's got the blackboard in it and all that. Just a super nice amp, but it is not for the everyday operator, obviously. But that's it, guys. I might do another inventory video covering some more stuff later. Everything else is available on roostercb.com. If you're interested in anything that you've seen in this video, shoot me a text. 423-299-3535. Every single one of these guys will be tested before they go out. Do not charge extra to do test videos. That's just a service to you and a service to myself to make sure we're doing square business and nobody's getting DOA products and stuff like that. Of course, anything can happen, but that's why we like to test them before they go out. All right, guys, that's it. Hope everybody has a good day. Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, shoot me a text. Text message only, 423-299-3535. Catch you guys out there. See you, bye.